Make America warp speed again. So some people were concerned about Mr. Warp Speed coming back into office. And I've tried to discuss this with people, and they just kind of look at me funny. Apparently, you're not supposed to question the Lord and Savior Donald J. Trump or his 6-foot-tall companion. However, on his first day in office, he announced a Stargate.
Announcing the formation of Stargate.
I don't know if you noticed, but he even talked about using an executive order because of an emergency declaration.
Design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer.
I'm going to help a lot through emergency declarations because we have an emergency. We have to get this stuff built.
And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
This is the beginning of golden age.
As we know, emergency declarations can be used to do just about anything they want. In fact, that's pretty much the pattern. There's an emergency, and we have to take drastic measures to do whatever we want to you. Now, I didn't know there was an emergency right now, but apparently there is, because the Anointed One has told us. And as we know, the obvious solution to any emergency is the V word, which I don't think I'm allowed to say, but Larry Ellison is allowed to say it.
But the result of the investment will be vaccines that prevent cancers, personalized medicine, where we never again run into a problem like COVID-19 before, because we get an early warning. We know when COVID starts, when there are a handful of patients, rather than having to wait until it's become an epidemic and very difficult to control.
So it looks like the application of this emergency declaration investment will be creation of new V-word. So Operation Warp Speed seems to have gone into hyperdrive. This could be Operation Warp Speed Part 2. And again, this is the first day in office. Couldn't be more obvious. They did a really good job at brainwashing the public, as they usually do. It's not too hard. The people almost want to be brainwashed at this point. They can brainwash the left. They can brainwash the right. Either way, something's going in your arm. It's all about the V from the Stargate. So it's a Stargate V. By the way, there's a lot of TV shows where they have to go to Antarctica or maybe the Arctic, a land of ice and snow, a desolate wasteland, and they have to collect the primordial sample or the original source. They have lots of different names for it. And then they use that to make a V to save the world, to create a golden age. And by the way, if a golden age begins, that means the old age ends, as Taylor Swift has informed us. Lots of 6-footers out there, lots of Vs, lots of emergencies, lots of executive orders. So what happens when you combine the V with digital currency and AI and facial recognition? Well, you call that a slave colony, or you could call that the Golden Age, which was the pre-flood kingdom ruled by the men of renown, in Hebrew called the Nephilim. Many English versions refer to them as giants. The Golden Age has begun. Our current age is ending.